Ready? One, two, three, go.
All right, so everyone, welcome to the session. We are back with a very entertaining yet an informative session for all of you. So let's just wait till a few more people join, and I guess then we can start the session. Meanwhile, allow me to introduce you to our guest of honor for this evening. So we have Sourav Dey, who is currently placed at profile of SDE2 at HackerRank. And today we'll be learning from Saurav how you can get a high paying job with the skills that you know or that you can learn and, help out your career, basically give you guidance. So if you have any questions for Saurav or if you want to say hi to Saurav, keep, be active in the chat and keep dropping live, comments in the live chat. We also have Amulya with us from the team career board. So just say hi to both of them and let's also wait for a few more people to join and then we will start with the session. So Saurav and Amulya, would you like to say hi to the audience and let us know something about yourself?
Yeah, hi everyone. So I'm really excited to let you know about what are the things that will be great for your career journey. What are the things, what are the skills that you should be pursuing? And yeah, let's get going with this.
All right. So
Hello,
Amulya,
everyone. And I'm really excited to, connect with you people and tell you more about Career Board and how it will help you as well.
and in case you missed, this particular session is in collaboration with Career Board. So you have Team Prep Insta and Team Career Board to help you get your dream job, get placed in your dream company, and basically help out you in your career. So yeah, I guess a lot of people have joined, and it's good that we start the session. Also, please confirm the chat below, guys, if all three of us are completely audible and visible to you, and then we'll just proceed with the session. Please write audible in the chat if you can hear us, if you can hear me, if you can hear Saurav and Amulya. Mr. Subrat has confirmed. A lot of people have said yes. So I think we are good to go. So Saurav, let's just start the session. So, let's start with how you got placed at HackerRank. What is your profile? And if you can enlighten us with a little bit about your profile and, everything that we need to know about HackerRank, basically.
Yeah, so I am working in HackerRank for almost like 8 or 9 months now, and I'm working as a SD2. So my profile is mostly related to software development, where I mostly work on web technologies, and I'm working on skills like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React.js, and related stuff. And mostly I'm working on front end in HackerRank, but I have been working in the industry for almost like 4 years. And I was previously in TCS for almost 3 years. And after that, I've joined HackerRank. And I have worked in full stack role. I've worked in back end, front end. I've worked as a cloud engineer for some time. So I got a very good exposure in multiple technologies. And yeah, that's mostly about what I am working on right now. And yeah, we can go ahead.
All right, that was good. Also, what was your placement journey? So, how did you actually land a job at HackerRank? Because that is something I'm very sure a lot of people watching in the audience would be very curious to know. That how HackerRank happened for you.
So, starting with the HackerRank journey, I would also mention first how I got job in TCS. Initially, it was a normal campus hiring, the usual process that happens for everybody out there. So, I got a offer from TCS initially. I worked in TCS for almost 3 years, and when I was working in TCS, I got to learn a lot of technologies. I got a good exposure of the industry that I didn't get while I was in my college. So after coming to the industry, I understood what are the skills which are demanding, which have like good high paying jobs out there, for which we have good high paying jobs. And after that, I was initially working as a Python developer for almost like 6 months, and then when I moved to web development, I had a keen interest toward front end development and basically complete full stack development, but more inclination toward front end development. After almost 2 years of working in front end, I realized I should now switch. And during that time, it was more like I created a lot of projects. I was taking part in hackathons. I started building my profile as a developer, so everybody out there get to know, okay, I'm a developer, and I am I know my skills very well. I I actually showed it out there. I posted content on LinkedIn. I have taken part in multiple hackathons. I've won multiple hackathons. I've created projects, and basically my GitHub was very active. And l- because of that, in last year also, my GitHub was among the top 200 active GitHub users in India. And because of that, I got good recognition on my GitHub profile, and I got a lot of visitors in my GitHub profile and my projects. So some of my projects also got published in magazines. One of the front end magazine, it got published. One of my project, it was a simple project, but the thing, it was helpful for developers out there. So that was very beneficial for anybody who is basically starting their career in web development. So that project got very good visibility, and with that, my GitHub profile was very catchy, I can say, and everybody was interested in my GitHub profile and my LinkedIn account, because I got good amount of traffic in both the profiles. And via that only, actually, the recruiter from HackerRank reached out to me. Seeing my GitHub profile, I just got a mail suddenly one day that your GitHub profile is very interesting. We saw your projects, and that's why we want to connect with you, and let's set up a call. They set up a call with our CTO. I had an amazing conversation over there. Then we started the interview round. After 5 rounds of interview, I got selected in HackerRank. Not all the rounds were tech, but after 3 tech rounds and rest of the other rounds, I got selected in HackerRank. So that was my whole journey of getting into HackerRank from TCS and from starting of my career.
All right, so that there are so many things that I want to highlight from your answer. But let's start with a very simple fact. So you got placed at HackerRank in 2022 itself, right?
Yes,
All
November
right.
2022.
Okay. So November 2021 then, right? And so it's been almost 1 year since you've been at HackerRank.
Yeah, it's almost
Almost
one
10
year, you
year.
can say. Yeah.
Yeah. And like when did you graduate from college?
I am 2018 pass out.
All right. And then you first joined TCS. So basically, your internship experience at TCS or your job experience at TCS, you could say that had an important role in you getting a job at HackerRank, right?
Yeah, truly. I got really good opportunities in TCS. Usually, there is a notion that not all the roles are very good in TCS, but I would say if you can find some interesting role, there are really good opportunities in all the companies out there. And the thing is, obviously, while you are working in your company, you have to be proactive to learn more skills. Either you are in college or you are currently working. you have to be proactive to learn and grow your skills.
And I hope everyone that is watching right now, I hope you guys heard whatever Saurav said till now. There were so many good points, and don't worry, we will talk about all of them. We will be talking about skills, projects, even the importance of social media, because as Saurav highlighted, it was, a key importance of, there was a key importance of GitHub and LinkedIn and him getting a job at HackerRank, because he didn't go and apply for it. He was approached by the team. So there are a lot of things that you can learn, and let's also start with sort of what is your academic qualification, if you don't mind me asking, like which stream are you from?
Yeah, so I am from IT background, and I am from a college named MCKV. It's
Mhm.
from Havada, West Bengal. It's a tier 3 college, and uh, uh, I did my BTech, as I've mentioned. I did my BTech in 2018. I've passed out, and after that, in like after 2 or 3 months, I've joined TCS.
All right, so you're from a tier 3 college.
Yeah.
So it's very, it's safe to say that it's not over for the tier 3 and tier 2 college. We get so many queries on a daily basis. I hope, you must have also come across a lot of students claiming that they're not from tier 1 colleges. So they do not really have a lot of opportunities. So I hope that you guys who are watching right now, you are inspired by what sort of, how sort of basically got a job at HackerRank. If that story inspires you, then it's high time that you start your preparations and keep watching this session till the end, so that you get to know a lot more informational stuff about how you can also start your preparations for any of the companies that you want to go for, or even any profile that you aspire to be at. So all right, so acha, sort of like, if you don't mind me asking, can you also let us know how did you prepare, or what went into your preparations? Like, you were good at Python, as you explained. You also had an active GitHub platform, and then you also had an active LinkedIn. So what was your day-to-day routine? Like, you had a job, and even before that, when you were at college, so what went into your mind, and how did you plan out your entire day and preparations according to that?
So in my case, actually, I've explored a lot of skills. Before getting fixed to one thing, I wanted to explore as much as possible.
Mhm.
So when I was in college, I did this internship with HP, and it was on like Android. I wanted to learn Android that time because that was the booming thing in
Yeah.
2015-16 short of time. And when I started I started learning Android, I was very inclined toward it. So mostly initially I've created a lot of projects around Android. I have created applications. I've even created a clone of IndiaBix where I was just using their website and showing it in my application. And then there was simple games like tic-tac-toe. And
Mhm.
starting with that, I have created multiple projects on Android. And that was the time when I got familiar with creating projects, because before that it was more like I'm writing code just for
Yeah.
executing something smaller, but when I started creating projects with Android, I got real interest on building projects. And during that time of my college, it was around like third year or fourth year, I got very much interested, and at that time I've created multiple projects on Android. And while I was learning Android, it was a semester break. I came back home, and I realized I want to try something new. And then I started exploring HTML, CSS, JavaScript. Now, when I was exploring HTML, CSS, JavaScript, I created 2 or 3 small websites with HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and that also got added to my GitHub profile. So I was building my profile with multiple skills initially, because I wanted to I wanted to try out all the possible skills that I can at
Mhm.
that time. And it's actually good to explore as much as you can in the initial stage of your career, because you don't have any worries. Okay, I have to get into this role or that role, but you can explore different things. That's a good thing about trying out things in college.
Yeah.
And once I like after that, I did also a course in Python. I created a small RPG game with Python, but initially it was Java and Android, then web, and then Python for some time. And yeah, after that I got into that actually helped me in creating my CV also. Most of the projects which were mentioned in my CV are from whatever I've done in my college, and
Mhm.
I have added them into my CV. I've added all the projects in my GitHub profile. And at that time, I was not very much active in LinkedIn or GitHub or any other social media platform. I was not working on building my personal profile. So I was not working on building a personal brand initially. But later, when I realized while I was working, then I started doing that also. But initially, in my college days, I was mostly focused on building projects. And obviously, apart from that, there is DSA and data structure is
Yeah.
obviously that's
As a fresher, things keep changing. You have to keep up with the market. There's no way out of it.
yes.
All right.
And
So,
this
yeah,
field
yeah.
is very yeah. I was just saying like this field is very evolving today. What is demanding that might not be demanding after maybe 10 years, but
Yeah.
you should know the course very strong. So any programming language, if you learn for the first time, it is difficult. But once you are familiar with one of the programming language, learning a new programming language is very simple. It's just the syntax is changing, a small things with that might be changing, but initially but the main core thing, how programming works, how the basic logic works, that is always going to be same.
Yeah. That was a very, very good point. And, everyone watching in the audience, whichever language you're pursuing, or, we'll definitely talk about skills a little later in the video. But whichever language you are learning right now or you're familiar with, make sure that you actually master it and you know the importance of it. So, sort of, just to share a few points, can you please talk about Python and C++ and even Java and, students who are learning it, what are the options that that are out there for them, and why they should be practicing these languages, and what are the results that they can expect?
Sure. So basically, there are huge opportunities with Java and Python mainly because there are a lot of opportunities with AI, ML with Python. You
Yeah.
can explore data science with Python. And when it comes to Java, there is Android is not like Java is not that much used in Android. There is Kotlin right now, but with Java, there is backend development, Java Spring Boot. There is a huge demand of Java Spring Boot in the market right now. All the huge MNCs are using Java Spring Boot. And with that, obviously, there are skills like JavaScript is there. And there is a huge demand for JavaScript because full stack development is done using JavaScript. Majorly, the industry is using JavaScript for full stack development. So these three languages, at least if you learn one of the language, learning the rest of the other languages is very easy. But at least you should learn one of the programming language and you should be well versed with that language. That is very much
Yeah.
needed. You should know the basics of how the programming language is working, how the compiler or interpreter is working, how your code gets executed and how it is converted to machine language. That understanding that is very important. Even if I talk about oops concept, which is a part of like all the object oriented programming languages, you need to understand how interfaces work, how classes work. You need to understand those basic things because that is very much needed. If you are working after 10 years, also after 15 years, also working in the industry, you will be needing these basic things.
Yeah.
This is never going to change.
Yeah. So, knowledge of language is always going to benefit you. And if you have not started with mastering any of the languages, or if you're planning to master any language, this is the best time, guys, especially for the people who are about to graduate. So, talking about 2023 and 2024 batch graduates, you guys still have a lot of time in hand. Like maybe not a lot of time, a lot of time could be applied for the 24 batch, but the 23 batch still has a lot of time to start their preparations because, we have come a long way. The competition has gotten so tough in the market recently, and the news for recession is all over the internet. So just to make sure that you are up to date with the market and you present yourself as a good aspirant. So I guess sort of you can also agree that this is a very important point that students start off their preparations as soon as possible and explore what is out there because they have a lot of time in hand. They are still looking for placements. They're not placed really. And even the ones who are placed, it's not like they are late to the game. They can still start their preparations and, aim for higher packages, aim for good profiles and explore what is out there in the market. So, sort of on that note, let's also discuss a little about skills and what skills are and what are the trending skills in market these days. You have already talked about it a little, till now, but just to emphasize it a little more for the audience, if you can let us know, which are the currently hot and trending skills in the market, and as someone who aspires to get a good high paying package, what are the skills that they should be aiming for?
Okay, so I will get to the first point first that you mentioned about starting early. That's actually very much crucial. As soon as you can start, if it has to be something just after the live you are going to start something, just go start that course, start that particular project that you want to start, because it's never too late to start. That is obviously there,
Yeah.
but there is added advantage when you start early. That's very much needed. And now getting back to the point of skills, so whatever skills we are gaining right now, skills like whatever skills I've mentioned, Java, Python, and Java, Python, C++, and JavaScript. These are like the major languages right now. There are different languages like Ruby, and there are multiple other languages. But the thing is, these are the more demanding languages. Like most of the roles will demand that you know this languages. You don't need to know every language out there, but at least one of the language you should be well versed with. Now coming back to the point that with each language there is not one but multiple skill sets which are associated. For example, as I mentioned, with Java there is Android. There are multiple other things like Spring Boot is there, and there are multiple other things with Java. Similarly with C++, there are multiple other things, and with JavaScript there are multiple things like web development, there is backend development, there is application development, and desktop application development to be specific. And with uh, with all these programming languages, there are multiple tech options that you can take. With Python, there is ML, AI, then there is data science, there is robotics, there is a huge amount of robotics also. And there are multiple other things with Python, with JavaScript. So it's on you that what you want to pursue. And with that, once you have learned one of the skills very well, now go explore as much as you can. Try building projects in at least one of the, you can create a recommendation system. If you have learned Python, if you want to explore AI, ML, go create a recommendation system. If you have learned JavaScript and you want to build a website, go create a blogging website. Start small, build smaller projects, but create as many projects as you can. Build a good profile. And and the good thing about building projects, it's not just for showing it in your CV. The thing is, the more you create projects, the more you will get stuck in problems. And the more you get stuck in the problems, you'll try to solve that problem. And with every problem, you'll get a new learning. Maybe if you get stuck with something related to how to pass it might sound very simple, but how to pass props to a component in React. I'm giving a specific example to web development right now. So how to pass props to a component in React, it might sound very complex, or for somebody who is very recently starting. But if you explore it, if you read certain blogs, if you read content out there, there is huge amount of content. With Prep Insta, there is huge amount of content. There is content in YouTube. You can read blogs. There is a lot of content available. You can go and try to resolve that problem. Once you resolve that problem, you'll be applying that in the project. And once you apply that in the project, nobody will be able to like make you unforget that, because that's something you have learned by doing. So that's one crucial thing that you can do with projects. It's not just only for adding to your CV, because I've seen a lot of folks wants to create projects just for adding it to their CV, but there is way beyond. Like that's the main like source of learning. Creating projects is the main source of learning. You cannot just read a content, or you cannot just watch a video and learn from it. You have to parallelly do it. Suppose you are watching a video, you have to parallelly code that stuff. You have to parallelly write the code because that is very much needed. Up- Without that, you will not be able to learn that stuff. That is for sure.
Yeah, that was a very, very good point. And everyone who is watching in the audience right now, as Saurav said, and I guess Amulya can also add to this conversation, that it's very important that you start your preparations on time, that you work on projects and you have some proof of concept as to what you've actually worked on. Because I can just go out and claim that I know 4 or 5 languages, I know AI, ML, and full stack. I can just go and claim, but if I do not have projects, how will I actually showcase what I've worked on and what I've learned? And that is just going to be a vague answer that I know it. If you need to have something that you can showcase your what you have learned so far and what your progress has been. If you cannot showcase that, then it's not really of use. Then why begin learning it, right? So Amul, if you can also enlighten us and enlighten the audience with what they should start with and how they should start with, basically what preparation should look like to them, because it's very important. So keeping in mind that the audience watching us are freshers, are even people with experience of maybe 1 or 2 years, what and how they should be starting their preparations, and what is the actual importance of it, if you could shed some light.
Okay, so hello everyone. So first of all, being a fresher, also like when you know you are going to start, first thing I believe that you should remove the doubt, or which many people face a lot of times, that maybe pressure from friends, family, and everything, that you cannot do it. So please remove that, because that's somewhere in the mind, but that is going to hamper your preparation when you are going to start it. So please remove that very first. And apart from that, this is 21st century, and marketing is the first thing which like everyone has to do. This is the era of digital marketing, and when you are going to market yourself, then only you're going to like get more work. So please do projects, showcase them, because marketing is can be done by that way only.
Yeah. So
So
as
that's
yeah, Amulya, please continue.
no, I was just saying that, yeah,
Oh,
that's
okay,
the,
okay.
yeah.
I just wanted to add to Amul's conversation, as Saurabh also highlighted again, in the beginning of the session. By the way, if you missed any parts of the video, this session will be available to rewatch. But you can post your comments in the live chat and they will be getting answered in the session itself. So that would be a little better. And coming back to what Amulya said, and also taking from Saurav's experience, Saurav did have a very good social media, in terms of he did have a good social media presence. He had an active LinkedIn, which he actively worked on. That just didn't happen in a day. He had a good GitHub profile, but that also didn't happen in a day, right? It took a lot of preparation. It took a lot of time and investment in yourself that made Saurav, land a job at HackerRank, which I'm pretty sure most of you, even I was curious about it when I first heard that. How, it's very hard to hear placements in a few companies, and HackerRank is one of them, definitely. So, if that is also something that you are aspiring for, let's say you are aspiring to get into a good company like Google, Microsoft, Paytm, PhonePe. So, what are the things that you can go for? So, it is very important that you not just work on the stereotypical education that you get at college, but you also upskill yourself. You're also exploring what is out there in the market, what is working in the market currently, what kind of skills should you be learning, what kind of languages should you be working on, the importance of projects. I hope that all three of us have highlighted that in the conversation as much as we can, that it is very important that you guys are working on projects and you have internship experiences or job experience, as well as we can take from Saurav's journey, that he did start with TCS. He did not start with HackerRank, and HackerRank did not happen. And maybe, who knows, it couldn't have happened if TCS was not in the picture. Because I'm pretty sure, working at TCS must have motivated Saurabh enough to, even work more on himself than he was doing earlier. So, even if you are aiming for a company that is not coming to your college, or maybe you do not have relevant experience for it as of now, you want to start out as a fresher, that does not stop you from learning and exploring what is out there in the market. So, and also looking at the chat simultaneously, and I found a few questions. So somebody was asking the importance of Python in, currently in the placement market. What is the importance of Python, and if Python is a language that they should be learning? So, Saurav, what are your views on that?
There is huge demand of Python because you need to understand the world is moving toward AI/ML. The industry is moving toward AI/ML, and when we talk about artificial intelligence and machine learning, the go-to language for that is Python. And to go into that direction, you need to know Python first. You need to know the basics of Python, then you can jump into AI/ML. And apart from AI/ML, like if I have to break down into job roles, there is data scientists, there is data engineers, there are cloud engineers who are somewhat working on AI/ML. They are working on ETL tools and stuff like that. And when I'm talking about AI/ML, whatever you are using right now, it's mostly driven by AI/ML. Either we talk about recommendation systems, if we are watching movies in Netflix, if we are watching videos in YouTube, everything is driven by AI/ML. So it's a crucial part of our life right now itself, and we need to understand that there are a lot of opportunities with AI/ML, and with that, to get into that, you need to learn Python first.
Yeah, so I hope, I guess it was Sandeep who asked the question in the chat, and Amritendu Nath was also asking, what is the difference between AI and ML, and which one should you choose? So, more or less, I guess, sort of that goes hand in hand, that if you are learning one, you should have basic knowledge at least of the other field as well. So, if you can also enlighten students about it.
So when we talk about artificial intelligence, it's basically intelligence which is it might sound very monotonous, but like it is self-explanatory word, like which is not a normal intelligence. It is something which is created by humans. And when we are talking about recommendation systems and all, these are artificial intelligences. And when we are talking about machine learning, it's the way we teach this artificial intelligences. Machine learning is there is a lot of stuff related to machine learning. We can break it down into multiple learning models and all. But in if I have to explain it in single line, it is something like the way we teach our machines to work on something. So that is by feeding data, we train the model, and then the machine learning happens.
Yeah, that was a very good explanation, Amritendu. I hope you got to know about AI ML as you were expecting, and that would help you make a better choice of what you should go for, or if you know if you should start your preparations for AI ML, both of them, because both of the skills are currently trending in the market, heavily in the market, and even we have gotten a lot of queries, especially on our Instagram, that a lot of students are wondering if AIML is the future of the tech market, if that is where we are going to land. The technologies nowadays depend so highly, and even our day-to-day lives depend so highly on AIML. What is going to be the future, as as somebody who wants to start a career in this field, what is their future going to look like? So sort of, if you can just go and explain a little.
Sure. So AIML is very much crucial because that's the future, obviously. And with that, I would also say like there are other skills. For example, if I have to talk about cloud computing, that's a very crucial role. DevOps, there are rules around that. And if you are not inclined toward AIML, it's not the end of the world. But there are a lot of opportunities which opens up when you are inclined toward AIML. It's just like that. And but yeah, it's not like the end of the world if you are not inclined toward AIML. If you are not finding interest in that, it's completely okay. You can try out things like software development, as in like full stack development or front end development. You can try out things like cloud computing. You can try out ethical hacking, cyber security, and stuff related to that. And there are good opportunities and rules out there because the industry, because if I have to talk about the industry, which it was like 10-15 years ago, you had very certain amount of like rules, and your job was very fixed. But right now there are multiple languages, multiple tech tools, multiple libraries that you can use, and you can learn, use those libraries and it's not like when you are doing full stack development, it's not like you are not ever going to use AIML. And if you are working on AIML, it's not like you are not ever going to work on full stack development. At the end of the day, you are a software engineer, and you should be ready to change with the market. Today the demand is AIML. You should go learn AIML, and you should upskill yourself with AIML. Tomorrow, if there is something else coming, maybe we don't even know about that today. So you should be ready to go and upskill yourself for that technology, because at the end of the day, a developer mindset should be like always be chasing behind what is like crucial and what is needed in the market. You should be like that. You should have that growth mindset.
Okay, that was a very good answer. Even, I got a little motivated to start learning something today itself. And I hope the audience watching can also find the same sort of motivation. So, just to, I was also having a look at the comments. By the way, if you have any questions, keep dropping them in the chat below. We are constantly going through them. The team is active in the chat already. And, we will be taking some very good questions in the session as well. So, as I was going through, firstly, I would like to address one comment. Somebody said that they need a roadmap to get into Prep and Star. Thank you so much. The name is S. Ravan Singh. So thank you so much. By the way, you can reach out to our team also on LinkedIn, and the LinkedIn handles for our founders, Atul, Manish sir, and our team, Prep and Stars page, and everything that you need is in the description, along with Saurav's LinkedIn. So if you want to get in touch with Saurav, which there are a lot of students, by the way, in the chat, Saurav, who want to have a conversation with you, who are so inspired that they actually want to have a more personalized experience with you. So don't worry, you can just find Saurav's LinkedIn in the description of this video. And if you want to have conversations with Saurav, Amulya, or even a lot of the mentors that we have from various other fields or in our communities, then just come down to Prep and Stars Discord. The link is in the description of this video. So while we are at it, Saurav, can you, if you had to suggest 5 profiles that are out there for software engineers that are really good, also have a good package, because that is also a very important concern for a lot of students who are preparing right now, as it should be. Like, you should be thinking about yourself and betterment of your career. So if you have 5 profiles that you can suggest currently, what would be them?
So first, I'll say obviously full stack development, front end development, back end development, because it's kind of overlapping. Like at least full stack overlaps with both. So you can count it as like 1, 2, or 3. And apart from that, there are rules related to AIML that we were discussing right now. There is data scientist role. There is data engineer role. There is huge demand of cloud engineers right now, because there is a huge demand of cloud, because everybody is shifting toward cloud. All the new companies which are being formed, all the old companies, all MNCs, everybody is using cloud in their projects. There is no company out there who is not using cloud. I can say like 99% of the companies out there are for sure using cloud, and at least in some form they are using cloud. So cloud engineer role is a very crucial role, and there is a huge demand in the market. You can do certifications for that, and then there is Android. There is obviously Android developer or iOS developer roles. There is huge demand, because if any company which is being built from scratch, most of the folks need Android and iOS developers with web developers. So that is one crucial role. And I think I have covered like a lot of roles. What else can be added to that? I might have to think a bit more, but it's majorly like there is huge demand of software development, AI, ML, and cloud roles right now. and everybody need developers. We at HackerRank need, and a lot of companies out there need developers who understand the basics of software development, who knows cloud, who knows AI ML, because there is a demand of all these three things out
Yeah.
there.
So,
And
yeah,
adding on to what you were just saying, like there is there is this huge community of tech that we have. Like everybody wants to help you out, so I have got a lot of help throughout my career. I have reached out to a lot of folks. If it is referrals, I can reach out to people. If it is something that I want to learn from somebody, I can obviously go and ask. There is no harm in asking folks that I need your help for this or that. I really liked your profile, how you have done this, can you help me out with? There is no harm in doing that. And there is that is the best thing about the tech community. Everybody is helpful. At least I have interacted with so many folks out there, and I've seen like everybody is ready to help you out. And there are obviously few exceptions, but there you'll get to see, like if you get into the tech communities, there are multiple communities out there. Go join multiple discords, go join Slack channels from different companies for different communities, and try to interact with as many people as you can, because interaction also brings more opportunities.
yeah.
So yeah.
While also we are talking about communities and opportunities, you can find communities at Prep Insta and even at Career Boot if you're looking for, career help, if you're looking forward to, how to actually, when it's very easy to speak, but it's very hard when you're in that place and when you're actually looking out for people who can help you out with your career, who can give you the right guidance, which you can, put your trust in. So I can assure you that you have that at Prep Insta and at Career Board. And if Amulya can go ahead and let us know a little bit about Career Board. Meanwhile, guys, if you have any questions for Sourav, Amulya, or even me, you can drop them in the chat below. We would be glad to hear you.
Yeah, definitely. So I want to like tell you a story about our founders at Career Board. So what happened? They were like they were the marketing partners with the edtech companies. So there was a major problem. What they felt that students, what they do, they took the courses, they completed with the A grade, A plus grade, they get the certificates. But after that, they are confused what to do with that certificates, what after that course, where to apply, how to go. So that's where the career board has originated, and it was born. And our main motto is not to earn money. Our main motto is to like earn the love of the students, help them to get to their career twins, to connect to them. We are not charging, like we are community which do not charge anything for the sessions. We are providing like free mentor sessions to everybody who can approach us. And literally, this is very helpful for the students who have taken the sessions. And you can get a roadmap to, like, suppose if you want to get into Microsoft or uh, like any company which you want to, and we have the mentor from that company who can guide you how to prep, how to do the prep and all of that. So you can really join our community. We have the Discord link in the channel description, so please use that. And yeah, of course, any question related to career board, you can ask me, and of course Saurabh and Shivangi.
All right. Thank you for for letting us know about Career Board. And just we are talking about that, if the vision that we share here is very similar, that is the reason why we are here with a
Yeah.
collaboration with Career Board on our YouTube channel. So we want to help you guys out as much as we can. So check out Career Board, check out Prep Insta. If you're here from Career Board's community, thank you for joining. And if you're from the Pratista community, you have everything out there to explore for you. So that's it. Let's also take a few questions from the chat, and maybe then we can wrap up the session. So I'll just, read out some really good questions for you guys. Excuse me. So, Malesh is asking, ma'am, can you please ask how to do internships and projects? So, let me just explain their question a little bit. I guess Malesh is, wondering about how you can start off your internships and projects as a fresher, because assuming that Malesh not really has experience, as it is not mentioned in the comments. So, sort of, what would you suggest, like as a somebody who will be graduating maybe the next year? What kind of internships should they be looking for if they want to proceed in the IT field?
Yeah. So when we talk about internships, it was previously very difficult, but I can say post COVID, it has become very much accessible. There are online internships right now, which was it was difficult initially. When we got internship, it was more like uh, paid internships were obviously available, but there were things like you have to go ask for referrals, you have to like knock a lot of doors to get an internship initially at our time. But after 2020, I've seen there are multiple internships. Like as I was talking to you before the call, as we were discussing, TCS Ion is doing internship with Prep Insta. So that's like available online, and it is easy to apply for such internships right now. There are multiple internships. Like I know Goldman Sachs does an internship, online internship. Accenture have online internship options right now. Even HackerRank have internship options right now where you can go and apply, and we do it after every like in every 6 months we do that, and there and just be active for the career. Like go and search in the career pages for the companies that you want to apply for. Google, Facebook, every company out there have internship opportunities, and you have to obviously the profile matters. You have to build your profile also, and to get into companies like Google, Facebook. But with that, you should be proactive to go and search. And one good thing about Prep Insta is like they provide you a lot of content in Instagram and
Yeah.
LinkedIn. So that is one good thing. And obviously, you can reach out to people from LinkedIn. You can ask people in Twitter, LinkedIn, and ask if they can give you referral for internships in their company. It can be any company that you want to go to. And with that, obviously, you have to build a profile. That is like the crucial thing before applying for internships. I understand internship helps you out in building a good profile, but before that, you have to build your own projects. And as as uh, as projects was another part of this question, so I'll also mention about the projects. How to start a project? It's initially it's not that difficult. You have to take a course. It can be anything. Like if you want to learn XYZ, you take a course on XYZ. You create a project which is part of that course, or you can if it is not a part of that course, you can search online for a similar like project which is based on that course, and you can uh, create that project first. Create a project which is guided project. The exact name will be a guided project, which it can be from a YouTube video, it can be from a content which is there in Prep Insta. And once you create that guided project, it will ease the things out initially. And once you have created the guided project, now create your own project. And what you can create your own project, it's very simple. Just go Google search what are the popular projects that I can create on this and that skill. You will get a lot of stuff around it. So you can go if you are getting stuck, you can go find similar projects in GitHub. And that's the good thing about the community. There is a lot of code out there that you can take help from. So open GitHub account, open a GitHub account, search for similar sort of projects, and you can read out their code. And you can obviously there might be something which is done in an average way in some project. You can obviously improve that. Try to create a similar project and improve that feature. So that's how you can go ahead for the projects. But first, it is obviously I would recommend to go for a guided project if you are not familiar with the technology. And once you have completed the guided project, it is very much required. It is like that's the crucial thing. You have to create a project after the guided project. So at least two projects will be for sure there for with you.
All right. So also Malesh just posted that they are not experienced, but they are just beginning. So I would also, just like to add to Saurav's conversation. So specifically for you, Malesh, if you are looking forward to start your internships and if you do not have prior internship experience or if you want to start working on projects, it's very simple. You just have to, just DM our team on Instagram if you want some help. And because I also saw a few more comments from you, and it would be great if you just talk to the team, and we would be glad to help you personally and listen to your problem and help you out as much as we can. If you think you're lost in the middle of your placement preparation, don't worry, we have you. So you can just come down to the team, and I guess they would give you a better insight in terms of what will specifically work out for you. And everybody else in the chat who's wondering that somebody who is learning C++, what is the scope for it and what are the projects out there for it. So first of all, like just letting you guys know, if you haven't discovered Prepinsta Prime already, or if it's the first time that you are on the channel, you can just visit the website. The link is already in the description of this video, and the team will share it in the live chat as well. So as a fresher, if you are someone who is soon graduating or you've recently graduated, you just want to explore more in the market and you want to learn more, you want to upskill yourself, or if you want some project that you can showcase your knowledge on, then you can just go to Prepinsta Prime and have a look at the website. We have tried our best to curate something that will work out for you in terms of getting you the job that you have always wanted. So make sure to have a look at it. So yeah, all right. So there are a lot of repeated questions in the in the chat, and mostly people are wondering about roadmaps. I just saw a comment recently in the chat that said that there are a lot of roadmaps on Prepinsta Prime, but there's not a roadmap to Prepinsta. So assuming if you guys are interested, I just also heard it from the team that we are also hiring currently interns at Prepinsta. So, if you're looking forward to an internship, Malesh, also for you, if you want to start your, if you are looking for an opportunity to start internships at, just visit our LinkedIn. And if you have not checked out our founder, Mr. Atul Kaushik's LinkedIn, so he also posted some hiring update this afternoon. A team just notified me while I was on the session. So it would be great if you guys just go and check it out. The link is in the description of the video. And if you want to apply and if you're interested, also let us know that you came from this session, and we would be, glad to have you at the team if we find you a good match. So, thank you so much for joining the session, guys. Again, letting you know that more such sessions will be coming on the YouTube channel very soon. So if you are subscribed, please make sure to, just hit the bell icon and turn on the notifications for Prepinsta's YouTube channel. And if you want any updates regarding hiring opportunities and what is currently happening in the market, you can just, go down to our Instagram handle. The link is shared by the team in the description of this video as well as in the live chat. You can check out whichever companies are hiring currently for your batch. So if they're, you're from the 24 batch or the 23 batch, 2022, 21 batch, and so on, you have, batch wise specific accounts for your particular batch on Instagram. So you are not spammed with information that you don't really need. So yeah, just go and follow, whichever batch you're from on our Instagram, or if you prefer Telegram, Discord, whichever community you want to be a part of. We have expanded our team everywhere just to help you guys out as much as we can. So make sure that you're following us. And if you want to, just have a talk to the team, or if you have some query or question that was not taken up in this session, or maybe you want to discuss on a one-to-one basis, just give us a call on 844-844-0710, and our team will help you out. The number is already in the live chat. Team has already shared it. So make sure to give us a call and talk to the team. So thank you so much for joining, Sourav. Thank you so much for joining, Amulya. I hope you guys had a good session. I personally think we were able to help out so many students out there. We have tried our best to, just answer a lot of queries that I'm very sure that you guys must have also come across. And as as a member of Team Prepinsta, I can assure you that these queries have been floating around on our social media handles every now and then. So, guys, also if you have missed any sessions, any parts of this session, or if you have a friend who was not able to join the session and you want to share some very good information with them too, you can share this video. This live session will be available on our YouTube channel as a video, so you can just come back and rewatch. So thank you for joining, Sourav. Thank you for joining, Amulya. And thank you, team, for helping out with the session. And everyone watching, we will be back live very soon with a lot more videos on different companies and on different topics. So if you have any suggestions, drop them in the comments below. And see you next time. Bye-bye.
Thank you.